Andrew. So are we? Do we have a move on? Or
No, we can get going though.
yep, let's move.
Roger.
Yeah, we were just investigating something curious in the nav. But yeah, we can get going again as soon as Kate's ready.
So an error of 1,000,000 years sounds like a lot, but...
Can we move 100 meters, bearing 225?
For an 80 million year old rock, it's not that much,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you.
1 to 2%.
Mm-hmm. And we are always looking at changing the methodology to improve that. That is probably a conservative error estimate, and that's at the 2 sigma confidence interval, so a 95% confidence interval.
You mean the relative, like the way the boat is moving, right? Yeah.
So generally
Yeah.
speaking, geochronologists are very impressed with themselves and their ages.
We're very impressed with you too. Thanks for that question.
Yeah, it is.
So with the extended dive, I believe we will be exploring until midnight local Hawaii Standard Time. We'll be handing off the watch in an hour and a half or so to our colleagues, and then we will do another watch after that. Do some further exploring and see what's on top of this guyot.
It's time for our gauge strafe again.
And midnight local Hawaiian time is, I think, 5.5 hours from now.
So are USBL and DVL looking good? You got an issue there, or?
So I don't know how much you've been hearing our talk about the USBL for the entire watch, but there's definitely something going on with it, and so.
No, I haven't heard any of that.
Yeah, 9.5 hours. Sorry about that. 9.5 hours from now.
We're still tracking position somewhat, but there's definitely weird things going on with it that we're kind of troubleshooting as we go. And I was just specifically looking at the sound speed profile that was inputted into it, but it was within the realms of typical sound speed variation that we would see.
Yeah, just anytime we've like come across a clue, we've just been trying to track it down is all.
We think the boat's in the right place though.
Yeah, the GPS satellites are still flying.
So are you talking about the bounce that we're seeing in the lines on HIPAC?
Yeah, exactly. So those lines in HIPAC are coming from the USBL feed, and we're seeing that bounce in our other nav software that's a little bit more specific for moving the ROVs than HIPAC is.
I got the opportunity to help set up the USBL this morning, so I know that it stands for ultra short baseline. It's deployed.
Good one.
Yeah. They even let me use the controller to lower it down. With great power comes great responsibility, but
oh, that explains everything.
yeah, that's why it's messed up. Yeah, they handed me the control, let me push the button. I've got broad shoulders. I can take this. I can take this on. This is deployed below the ship.
What's up, Dan?
And it's not working.
She did the XPT. Is that what you're talking about?
No, she did the moon pool.
Oh.
She lowered the USBL pull.
Why is it called a moon pool?
I thought it was called the moon door, like in Game of Thrones.
No, it's the moon pool.
I think that's just, I don't know, that's just what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
either.
a hole in the bottom of the ship. It's just called a moon pool. I don't know.
I tried to look down it, and then like a blast of air came up, and it was like,
it also smells like inner tubes.
And it's in the middle of the gym, so at first I thought it was some sort of strange P90X gym equipment, but no, it's a highly sensitive scientific tool.
Yeah, and the inner tubes are to hold it in place in our moon pool, which is
can you just describe the whole thing?
It's really weird. I mean, they're like, oh yeah, it's a hole in the bottom of the ship. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so the hole in the bottom of the ship located in the gym.
It's more like a tunnel.
It's a tunnel, thank you, Dan. So we have a large transceiver that has kind of 4 different sides to it. It's a split beam transceiver, and that's lowered through the tunnel in the gym, and it's lowered so it hangs about 1 meter underneath the ship, so it's in water when it's lowered. And it's this instrument that we use to acoustically track where our vessels are. So we're sending sound, and there's beacons on the vessel, and they're able to locate where we are. So we use this as a way of navigation in addition to the DVL, Doppler velocity log. So those work in combo, so we know where we are on the seafloor. And all that information gets fed back to be full circle into information such as the targets or the overlay on the videos.
And since they will never be letting me deploy that again, since it hasn't been working well on this dive, if you want to see some
together,
if you want to see some shots of it, you can check it out. Check us out on our Instagram feed. We got some pictures of that this morning, and yeah, sorry all.
Kim took over the Instagram today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool. How is it going?
I'm drunk with power.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
It's going to get,
yeah, it's
it might have an overhanging cliff there. It's going to get steep.
Yep, I'm just going to come straight up, and I'm going to look at that cliff.
I can't tell from this angle.
Yeah.
Might be on.
Looks like it juts out a bit.
Yeah, we've got 20 meters left in our move.
I'm just coming straight up. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, so the inner tubes there's 2 inner tubes, and we put air inside of them, and it helps secure the USBL transceiver in place.
Dan, you want to come up with Argus? I'm just coming straight up here.
Yeah, I'm coming up.
When Argus is coming up to the deck, can you see the pole sticking down into the water from the ship? No?
No.
Okay.
That would be, maybe if we had exceptional water clarity.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the view when you see the prop.
Yeah.
But
Are we all stop on the ship?
We're 6 meters from our move.
Okay. It's fine.
Texture does look a bit different.
I think you can probably punch in another one if Gabby.
We might be getting into a carbonate platform.
Why, when I'm pinning it, am I only coming up at 6 meters a minute?
So we got rocks.
Can we pitch a plate? We're going to end up doing that anyways.
Sure.
Just make sure there's no biology down below.
It would be very nice. Yeah, we could even set a plate down. That might be part of the reason I'm having trouble keeping up, too.
You should be able to do,
Okay, I'm coming back up in front of you here.
be able to get 15 meters a minute out of it. They're 7 meters away from the wall, though.
Yep, I'm coming in. Yeah, I was trying to come up like with only verts on and just going about 7 meters a minute to get up. And I would have expected a little bit more than that.
Okay, let me know when you find some stable spot. We might want to sample one of these rocks and give it full beans and see if it crushes under the weight of our grippers, because this might be a carbonate platform. We might already be into carbonate rock that is encrusted with manganese crust.
Oh, there's some loose ones there in front of us on the laser, maybe?
Yeah.
Plant it there.
Okay, sounds good.
Put a plate down there too.
Yeah.
If we can, yeah, that would be great.
Trade a rock for a plate.
Trade.
And we don't need to collect the rock, especially if it's a piece of limestone. I don't know if that is helpful for Beth, but we want to see if we are in a carbonate platform at this moment, which would be an ancient reef, basically.
Was there a change in environment that you saw? Or are you just looking at the...
We think that we see less pillows. I can't be sure because I haven't seen that for a longer period of time, but...
we're getting up to the depth range.
Yeah, we're getting up to the depth range where we might see that.
You want to start with the plate or the rock?
No, look up. Look at the rock.
While they're doing this, Nav, can you check what's the depth of the summit? It's about less than 1,000.
Yeah, so we're at, let's see, 1,200 right now.
Yeah, Dan, I'm getting pulled.
You're going to have to come up.
Yep.
Actually, because this is a geotiff and it's just a flat image, it doesn't toggle depth.
I can count contours. Stay
Yeah,
10 meter
you can
contours.
count some contours. I'm going to pay attention to my
vertically
sonar
here.
screens.
You're going to have to come up.
I am full vertical.
All right, I'll
It's
get
about
the plate.
200 meters less than where we are right now, if those are 10 meter contours.
Can I see the dive plan? Thank you.
It's looking a little pillowy on the Argus cam, so
Yeah,
maybe
it
we're
sure
still
is.
in basalt here.
There's 2 on the port and 1 on the starboard.
Yeah, I lost the arm. There it is. You want to just do one for now, or you want them both? I'll drop.
I don't. If you can find a good place for 2 of them, that would be great. I think we're going to end up pitching 2 of them to come up anyways.
Yeah, we're looking for a place without biology, though, to lose that plate.
Understood.
Yeah, it does look
You're
pillowy.
going to have to come up, come up, come up.
I am full stick up and have been since we started.
Roger. I'll just give you a little assist here.
Okay, please do.
Well, hold one hand on up stick and hold the other one on that.
Yeah.
Or pin it on X.
Yeah, I've been
Stick lock
full
it.
stick up for most of the time we've been going half a knot.
You can stick lock it up if you want. Who rigged that plate?
Oh, shh. That's enough.
Really?
Okay.
That one might stay.
Were you guys able to get a depth on that summit?
No.
I think it's about 200 meters less than we are now. I counted contours.
Okay, I can.
10 meter contours, Kate?
Yeah, let me call down to data 11. I know
Okay,
Aaron's
right.
looking at the dynamic grid at the moment.
Well, my guess is going to be 992 meters.
What's your ascent right now?
It's
Data
4
lab, this is
without
nav.
with let's see, 713. Okay, I just got an instantaneous over 10, which I haven't gotten in ages. So.
So are you able to keep up now? Or?
Give me one more. I'd love to have some wiggle room there. Okay, great.
Got a viewer question about what
Okay,
was
you can
that
tilt
that
back
you
up a bit.
just dropped? Can you talk a little bit about those plates, Dan?
Okay.
Emergency ballast. We're in a tight spot, as George Clooney says.
Iron, which will rust.
It's one of those obstacles.
We were.
Thank you.
I actually had to give Herc the Yankee there because Gabby couldn't come up fast enough, and we were less than 10 meters from swinging Argus into the hill there.
Yeah, I'll be more aggressive about pointing out that ballasting issue.
I saw it coming. I thought we'd keep up. We were doing. Let's see. I gotta help you out with the tether here.
Yeah.
How about this way?
So those plates will dissolve over time. They're iron, and then the rope is a natural material as well. As we pick up heavy, chunky, angular rocks, we're increasing the mass on the vehicle. Herc is slightly buoyant due to that yellow block of syntactic foam that you can see on the top of the vehicle. So sometimes we have to compensate by dropping those plates.
Okay, I'm back to 225 there. Back in the box.
Yeah, with a wrap and a half on.
Right.
Something we should take care of at some point.
And did I go the wrong way?
So you're gonna want to go anti-NASCAR.
I'll try it and see if it'll come around. We're not moving, ship's not moving, so it's a good time to deal with it. Maybe you can find a rock we can poke while it's coming around.
Yeah, sure.
Any estimates, Emma, on how long it takes those ballast plates to rust away?
I do not know.
It must depend on the chemistry of where you are.
Yeah, particularly the oxygen. Rust requires oxygen. There is oxygen at these depths. And I believe you can see that on our Grafana data if you go to our website, nautiluslive.org, and you click on more data on the right-hand side. You can see quite a bit of data that is not available on the quad view.
We were somewhere in the Tonga Trench years ago with Robos doing a survey of, we thought, somewhere where no one had ever explored before. We're going along, and then what did we find? An Alvin plate.
No.
Oh, really?
Those are what we call those ballast weights we just dropped. So
Are they pretty distinctive, the Alvin weights?
yes.
They just say Alvin in bright letters on them?
They've been made by the same guy for a long time in the same outfit. So they're those steel plates with the cutout there.
Yeah.
Alvin drops a whole stack of them to come up, right?
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
At the end of their
Yeah,
dive.
it's like, I think you're walking through a forest where no one's ever been before, and you see, some cement landmark or somebody's initials
Somebody's made a
carved into
cairn,
park bench.
basically, yeah.
Left a fire pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I am sorted back out again. I think Argus is sorted back out again.
Yeah, there's some interesting sonar targets there in Argus off to the right a little.
Okay,
maybe.
I
So
can go
could
look at
get
those.
radical again. I think we can.
Yeah.
Gonna move on?
Can we
Yeah.
actually, is it possible to get a zoom on those pink corals in front of you?
Totally.
We're also still looking to poke a rock.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah.
Sorry, you
Sorry
can do
for the
rock first.
delay there, Andrea. That just got a little
No worries.
geological, I guess.
Yeah, got a little tectonic.
Yeah.
How much do each of your plates weigh?
16 pounds?
Yeah, 2 of them are 28, I think. We have 2 different flavors. There's a
14 pounds?
half-inch plate and a 1-inch plate.
Yeah. Okay, so...
In water or on the deck? Yeah, 14 and 28, I believe, is the... Might be able to pick up that little rock next to it, too, if it's...
Go for zoom video?
What is the, oh, sorry.
Are they baby
And a little
sponges?
sponge, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thought I was seeing things there for a minute.
There's one right below it, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
There was a rock you wanted here?
I think Dan said he could probably grab that one. That's
I could poke it at least.
yeah. So we can see if it's friable or carbonate once we give it the full beans.
Gotta love those beans.
Gotta love
The
beans.
diagnostic beans. It's a beans assay. Sorry.
Did I move you or are you moving?
Oh, that was me. Marble.
Okay.
Teeny weeny little marble.
Can't tell,
right.
huh?
Looks like pieces are coming off, but that could just be
that
the
one
coating.
could just be that it's too thin. Yeah, that might be all manganese crust right there. So that's probably not a good example. Plus, I think there might be a critter on it. So I'm going to put it back gingerly. Can't tell for sure. Oh, yeah, there was a critter on it.
Brittle.
Brittle star. Also looks pure manganese. Maybe we'll need something with a little more heft.
Bigger. Okay.
So you could see that it was pure manganese. See how one piece broke off and it's all black all the way through?
Yep.
Off you go.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's move. Bridge, Nav. Can we move 100 meters, bearing 225?
Some other bigger ones around here before your ship starts going. You might.
Do you see any? I don't. So if we see a lot of pillows or the columnar jointing, we know we're still in basalt. Otherwise, we're going to give a big rock
What about
a
the one
squeeze
just
test.
to the, oh no, that's definitely attached.
Got a little bit of time before Argus is trucking,
Yeah,
so.
I'll try and look at some of these over here.
Thanks so much for your questions, viewers. We are delighted to hear from you. We get to those questions when we have a chance. We're also getting some response from viewers about why it's called a moon pool. So apparently when you take the hatch off and look down in it, the circle of light coming from the ship reflects on the ocean below and looks like the moon. So there you go. Now you know.
Cool.
I'm going to call it a moon door in my mind because I love Game of Thrones.
I'll second that one.
That could be one there that laser's just passed over.
This guy?
Yeah.
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 That's frustrating. Gonna break the manipulator, try it. Okay.
Was it that one?
So
Yeah, let's
like
see
this.
if he gets, give him the full beans and see what happens to him.
So the object here isn't necessarily to collect a rock, just as
We're
much as it
wondering
is
if it's
to
see if we're in a carbonate platform yet, and maybe that these rocks are carbonates just covered with manganese crust. But
Oh, you got a threefer there. Oh,
They seem to be friable.
yeah, but that might be because those are just all pure manganese. That's why we wanted a thicker
Okay.
one to see what's in the inside of a.
Yeah.
But that's all right. We can keep trucking. We're just we'll see what we see as we go.
Okay, ready to keep going?
Yeah. Argus should be starting to move now, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta be something loose around here. I can smash.
There's a beautiful little like brass instrument shaped sponge down here.
oh,
Isn't that pretty?
Yep.
Wow.
Zoom video?
So we've got Erin in the van now doing some behind the scenes filming.
Oh, awesome.
If she points the camera at you, feel free to talk with your hands and press a lot of buttons.
Sneaking around with that camera.
Push a lot of buttons. Okay, I gotta get cracking.
I'm wide.
I don't have my buoyancy super dialed yet since I lost 20 something pounds.
Find me a rock.
Okay, we're finding Dan a rock. Dan really wants a rock.
Mission rock finder.
Which do you want more, Dan, a rock or a push core?
A rock. I could get a push core in through this stuff though. Whether it would stay in there is.
What is? It's a sponge. A funny
Yeah,
sponge.
that's a really
that's
neat
a
sponge.
very strange looking little sponge.
Rocks, not sponges.
Fine.
Well, we could do both. We could do both.
There's some big rocks.
One sponge brain owner.
Oh yeah, at the top of the screen, it looks like there might be some
Okay, I see that.
nice rocks.
Yeah.
That guy, oh, he has something attached. Never mind.
What about this guy
What
here?
about that?
Oh, that's huge. We don't even have enough plates to deal with this one.
Plethora of rocks.
We're not collecting the rocks, right?
No, we're
we're
just picking them up to look.
Just
Okay.
squishing a fat one to see if it is friable.
Okay. Here's a spot with a bunch of rocks.
I think that looks lava-ish.
Yeah, I think it looks lava-ish too.
There's one down to the right there. If you look down and to the right.
Okay. Other right? Yeah, okay.
Where'd it go?
I don't think I don't think we're in limestone yet.
I don't think so either.
No, I think
I
we're
can't
still.
see it. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'd like to go.
How about one more up there?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, pick that guy up. Can you pick him up? Right there.
He's the one that doesn't like it when I get outside the box.
Okay, it can go.
Just
Okay.
one more rock.
Are you giving him full beans?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, put the rock down.
Well, we can keep that one. Is he too big?
Put it in same drawer.
Yeah, put it in starboard, sharing a spot with another guy. Might as well make use of it, right? It
All
looks
right,
kind of like a pillow, a piece of a truncated pillow basalt.
Yeah, it feels light.
It feels light?
Yeah.
Oh, boo.
Then it couldn't be basalt.
Oh.
Boo.
Okay, so do you think it's altered by its heft?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far to venture, but it doesn't feel super heavy.
And we think it's at longest, how many, 30 centimeters?
You can
No.
keep going, Gummy.
Yeah, 25.
Oh, well, let's just pick it up. We already got him.
Roger. You can put your camera up where you want it. I'll deal with the rock.
So we're talking about two different things when we're talking about in the box. So we got our sampling boxes that are on the vehicle, which I think you're about to see in SAT feed 3. But, oh, that's a long-tailed guy. When you get a chance, pilots, can you talk about the other in the box that you keep mentioning?
We're going in the back box, are we?
Yes, I think so. Sarah, or we have one spot open there?
Yep, there's one in there, but it'll fit.
I gotta jerk Argus up here at way past the speed limit.
It's going in F. Yep.
The other box we talk about is kind of the sweet spot with the relationship Herc versus Argus. So the kind of literal part of that box is for Argus to be able to see Herc. So that's in reference to the Argus monitor there. So if we can't see Hercules in Argus's monitor, it's out of that box as it were.
As we do get up into the carbonate cap, let's keep an eye out for anything that look like caves that we could drop a target on.
Roger.
Okay.
Possible future exploration when we have AUVs swimming around out here.
Great. Yeah, I will.
Sweet.
I could try and get that other plate if you're
Got some manganese. Oh, there's
Ooh,
an eel.
he's pretty.
You got like
Fish.
40 some by us on now, right?
Look out, dude.
You know that?
So are these manganese nodules that we're seeing here?
Looks like it, yeah. And an eel there in the...
I think
Oh,
it's
that's a
botryoidal
different fish.
texture.
Yeah, that looks like a different fish. What is that, Sarah?
I think it's botryoidal texture.
Do you think so?
I don't think it's nodules. I don't know.
Well, we'd have to get a zoom in.
What do you want to zoom on, sir?
Oh, we just were wondering if those are manganese nodules or botryoidal texture that's covered with some sediment.
I've held off on calling.
You want to do a quick land and zoom for him, Gabby?
Yeah. Oh, I've held off on calling a move. I was just waiting for you to get.
She wants to.
One of those
snap
fast little
zoom on the
fishes.
nodules there.
Is that Pebble Tech?
Yeah, it looks like some nodules and maybe just general debris from above. So you see the more angular stuff. So yeah, there are some nodules in there. Yeah,
You're right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you're watching
Bridge
Sat Feed
nav.
2,
Can we move 100 meters, bearing 225?
Man, when those little fish want to motor, they can motor.
Back in the box.
back in the box on Sat Feed 2, Channel 2, you can see the view from Argus. That's the box. And there's Herc. So all is well in the front row.
So Chris is saying these are likely seamount nodules that are rich in cobalt due to an inverse relationship between cobalt precipitation and oxygen levels. So we're getting at this depth, we're getting up closer to the oxygen minimum zone.
And that would mean that they're more valuable, more likely to be mined. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, cobalt's an important metal. Yeah.
But where we are exploring here in Papahānaumokuākea Marine Monument,
I did that the
This
other
is
day
a
and it slammed me
protected
into the,
area, protected
at the dinner break.
from all extractive processes, fishing, mining. None of those are allowed here in the monument.
Yeah. You might have to turn the Z velocity up if it's coming uphill. It won't be able to function it. Like 0.2 or 0.3, something like that.
Well, we've been on this expedition here in Papahānaumokuākea Marine National Monument. News came out that they are considering designating this a sanctuary, which would strengthen the existing protections against extractive activities like mining, drilling, or fishing. You can read more about that at papahānaumokuākea.gov. And if you are not sure how to spell that, you can go to our website, nautiluslive.org, and click on, in the current status, we have a link to the Marine Monuments webpage, where you can learn a lot more, not just about the biology, but also the history, cultural history of this area, which is a very long and important cultural history.
No.
Yeah, it's a long process, and it begins with some public comment periods, which I think NOAA has advertised. It's also a proposal to establish a national marine sanctuary off the coast of California that would connect Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary with the Channel Islands.
No, it's full ladder length, so...
Chumash tribe is proposing that.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, see the lat banging back and forth. Wow.
I think that the minimum zone was about
for a second. So
800 to 900 meters during our last dive.
XY on and off.
Yeah.
It's It's full
750 to
lateral.
800.
It's pinning the lateral. I don't know what it's doing. It's trying to get somewhere it can't get to. No, as soon as you click it in. It's trying to get somewhere. -2. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's not right. The DVL's not on there, right? Something. The new DVL is not happy with it. It ain't working. That's something for the red book. I haven't used it this cruise at all. Yeah.
We're just giving the front row a moment to sort out some continued nav issues. And we've got a great question.
We're listening up here. Were you waiting for us for something?
No, I'm just, Gabby was off SPL, so I thought you all were still sorting out some nav issues up there.
We kind of were, but we can bring it back. We're here.
Okay, thanks. So question, ergonomic question for the front row. With that giant wall of monitors right in front of you, any issues with your eyes or your sore necks after a 4-hour watch?
Yep.
Yes.
We'll take a round of massages.
Yeah. And thumbs and shoulders and...
It's like a base 8 hours of screen time per day.
Yeah. But we don't... at least I don't get it a lot I don't get screen time in the rest of my life. So I can do it for a little bit.
That seems healthy.
Like a few months a year.
This
These
looks
are quite angular.
Yeah, basalty
Yeah,
here.
very
so
angular.
I think we're still in the basalt.
So we got a question, Emil, what can citizens do to advocate for continued and increased protections for this special place where we are exploring?
I'd say look at some of the materials that NOAA makes available about the National Monument, the National Marine Sanctuaries. Become familiar with the benefits.
Going for that one.
And participate in the public comment periods when they are advertised, when they begin.
Yes, if you go to papahanaumokuakea.gov and click on news, that very first article that's up right now is about public comment.
Can we move 100 meters, bearing 225?
So this definitely looks like a...
Sorry, started looking at the wrong
still
screen.
In some basalt here.
Okay.
Getting these angular chunks of basalt.
So on papahanaumokuakea.gov, click on news. That first article that's linked there says that public comment is being accepted through January 31st, 2022, and it has links and other information about how you can
possibly be
how you can comment. Thanks so much for that question.
One of the PCs, but not the other one, so it also. I think they rebooted Argus and.
Do we have any extra space? What is our relationship to space at this time in the starboard bio box?
Sure, we got all of the small ones open right now, and I think another small one could go in E and or F.
Oh, okay. If we see an angular rock around here, it might be one of our last chances to get one before we hit the carbonate platform. I think
so.
I do.
I see a handful.
I see some.
It's very angular.
That's a big one.
Oh, sorry, I was writing. What am I picking up here?
An angular rock.
Any angular rock?
That one looks pretty good.
And potentially one that will get into the large one. we don't know if we have enough space in the two large boxes, but maybe we can look in there and see if we do. We definitely do not want to do anything that will damage the seal.
You were looking at that one, I think?
I think this one over here, is he attached? He looks like he might be attached, doesn't he?
You got it.
What's happening? That one's attached.
So that's telling us that we're still in basalt. Okay, how about over here?
The little guy there?
Does he feel light?
Hard to say with that guy. It's not really big enough to.
Yeah, okay, how about this guy?
Mass.
Right, that was right next to him. Is he the same size?
Seems to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one was definitely.
Oh yeah, let's see the piece of that, can we? Oh yeah, see how it's altered in there? That's what we don't want.
Do we want to collect it for Beth?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
oh, it's a Reese's Pieces.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah.
Peanut butter filling.
Milk dud.
Right.
Dud being
are we
the
looking at there?
optimum word. It looks like it's either, yeah, it looks like an altered basalt. That's exactly what I don't want, but exactly what Beth
That looks
wants.
so
Should we put it in the front for
Yeah, does she have both of her front bio boxes?
Beth? A is open.
Okay, so let's give this to her. I think she would like it.
Okay.
Okay, up you go. Grab me.
Okay, go wide video.
Thank you. We tried, we made an effort.
Hey, video, can you go wide? Thanks, Steve.
You want to rack back for me?
Yep.
Do we need to grab a Niskin before we move from
Yes,
where
we
this
do.
rock
Oh
was
yeah, we had
collected?
to grab a
Thank you.
Niskin for
Okay, are
Beth.
you all stop? Can you stop the ship?
Yes, I can. Bridge, Nav.
I am rack back.
We could stop
I'll
and look
stop,
at that
please.
sponge on the left.
Either one of these. Oh, there's a rock in.
Right,
one of
so
those.
you,
Yeah,
Right.
we're going for A.
The one on the
We're
left?
stopped.
Okay, thank
the
you.
empty
Yes.
No
one,
troubles, Bubbles.
and then we want to take a Niskin.
Roger.
Okay.
Show me the Niskin.
Yep, I'll get you a light too. There you go.
Which Niskin, Sarah?
1 through 5 are open. 6 is not open. That's the most forward.
I'll go for 1.
Okay.
So on sat 3, you can see our Niskin bottles.
Call it, Steve.
3, 2.
There, that was it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it popped immediately.
Okay.
Okay. Dan, can you clean up all the boxes?
Yeah, on it.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to back down to get back to Argus here.
You better run.
So a viewer wants to know,
It's the only way.
do you think that that rock is a different age than the rocks that you're interested in, or are they all about the same age?
Well, because we're talking about tens of millions of years, they are generally the same age, the time of
spin around?
formation, meaning they could range in a
What's that?
You want
Potentially
me to spin around?
3 to 5 million
I don't
years.
know if you will be able to yet.
But that will allow us to identify them from the formation of the nearest seamount.
And I can keep track of everything I need to in
seamount track.
fisheye as well.
Okay.
No, we're not. Thank
So we estimate all of these rocks to be between 70 and 90 million years old, but some of them have been altered
And it come up a bit.
through various chemical and biological
pretty low
processes,
there
and
on
some of
your
them
ass
haven't.
cam. You're going
Right,
uphill.
and
you.
so
Back
we
of that.
usually take rocks that are deeper below, and these
Scratch on your
rocks,
DVL.
being closer to the surface,
Try
they
not
might
to.
have experienced more altering conditions, meaning differences in temperature through time or things like that. So
Should be able to spin around
that
now, I
might
think.
be the reason why that rock is more altered than some of them we've
I have
seen
to
in the
decide which
past.
direction I want to spin to.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Makes it even harder to decide.
Thanks for your great questions, viewers.
It does.
Yeah, the questions have been really great today.
We're still taking your questions for about another 45 minutes here before we're relieved by our next watch. And if we don't get to your questions, perhaps our friends on the 4 to 8 watch will. This dive will continue until midnight local time.
There's a big eel up there in front of us.
And a tiny fish
And
just
a
went
tiny
out of
fish.
fish at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Okay, is anyone seasick yet from all of that?
Not yet.
Oh,
Oh.
excellent. Another little eel.
Wasn't quite a sampling on the fly there.
Yeah, I got a little
Out of
behind
the
the
box.
eight ball, yeah.
We tried though.
Mm-hmm.
We're at a depth of about 1,140 meters,
Oh, come
headed
to,
towards the summit.
Okay,
There's
225.
a highly
Argus is
populated
225.
we
Walteria.
can start
Oh,
that
and there's
move.
another eel or
Roger.
fish.
Yep, one in
Bridge,
Hurricane and
Nev.
Argus.
Can we move 100 meters, bearing 225?
A lot more fish here than we usually see at our lower
Is
depths.
that an urchin?
Yeah, I think it is an urchin. Seeing some sponges.
It must be flatter here. I'm moving a lot better.
It is, yeah.
So we have a combination of biological and
For the moment.
geological goals for this
I
expedition.
haven't like maxed out a thruster in like minutes.
Still looks like basalt. Huh?
Yeah, I think so. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for an indication of limestone. But if we do see that, we'll probably see like these steps or platforms. And sometimes we even see basically things you might see on a beach, like the beach was completely drowned and you
Right.
still see some of those features. So eyes peeled, we might be coming upon that pretty soon.
Is that
What is that?
is that an eel just
Eel.
hanging out in the water column?
It is just hanging out.
Time to test your zoom in theory. There, Steve.
Do we want to test it? All right. Well,
Oh,
Whoa.
my goodness.
I'm not going to test it yet.
What's going on there?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, we're ready.
That shrimp
Slow
is
zoom.
doing ballet.
Did
I
you
think
go
it just
zoom?
I
it
did a
just
little bit.
it opened its mouth.
Totally did.
Whoa,
Yeah.
he doesn't like zoom.
They do not like Zoom.
Boy,
So
over the
weird.
time of COVID, I learned to not like Zoom very much either, but that's a whole different thing.
They do not like
Can
zoom.
we get lasers off for a sec? Thank you.
If you zoom again, I wonder if he'll do it again. Can you zoom anymore?
I
Or zoom.
could.
Yeah, they'll do it on zoom out too.
Yeah, he's
Alright, zoom
opening
in out
his
a bit.
mouth.
Maybe they hear something.
Yeah, I was thinking this zoom does make a noise, and I wonder if it's a certain frequency that cuts through the noise of Herc.
Whoa.
Ready. You're not on SPL, Gabby.
We got to get going.
Thanks, Dan.
So we're getting another great viewer question. Thanks so much, viewers, for keeping these coming. So they're wondering if we would possibly expect fossils in the limestone, but no fossils in the volcanic lava rocks.
Right, so sedimentary rocks will have fossils in them usually that are indicators of past life, but volcanic rocks are crystalline What is that? Oh, that's just a shadow. Are crystalline so that they don't record or include megafauna or even, megafauna fossils. So we find those in shales and sandstones and limestones. And we are about to, we think, move into a carbonate platform that would, yes, record some of those ancient organisms.
Very cool.
But if this was in the middle of an ocean, would it have been an island?
This was an island, yes.
So megafauna, are we?
Well, dependent on how close the other islands were and what the megafauna was that could travel to an island that was out in the middle of the Pacific, it would depend. You would get interactions with maybe the shallow ocean organisms at that time in the Cretaceous. I don't know how much megafauna land-derived, terrestrial you would have out in the middle of the ocean, right? It would need to have a land bridge or organisms that were close enough to occupy this.
Could be any marine animal, though, right? That we could see.
Exactly.
I'm excited to see what it looks like on top.
Me too.
It's like a holiday at half a knot with no cliff in front of you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just like dawdling, like, come on, guys.
So has Herc ever collected fossils before, either on purpose or kind of unexpectedly? Anybody that's been on a lot of dives want to field that one?
We found what we think is a miniature woolly mammoth tusk on a shallow bank, Osborne Bank, off Southern California. We couldn't date it because it was mineralized, but an expert at the Harvard Museum of Comparative Zoology thought it looked like a mammoth tusk. There was recently something in the news about Mbari coming across a mammoth tusk that was verified.
And Mbari is the ocean research group that comes out of the Monterey Bay.
Right, Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute.
This is a cool little boundary here.
And was it Chris Kelly that said he found a megalodon tooth?
He saw it.
Saw a fossilized megalodon tooth.
Manganese encrusted, but he couldn't collect it. Wasn't equipped to collect it.
So I think it was last dive season off the coast of California, the team saw a fossilized sea mammal, whether it was a small whale or a seal. Not sure if any of you were on that expedition, but they did take a sample.
Sorry, on the whale fall?
It's another...
No, not the whale fall. There was a fossil that was protruding from the parent rock. Oh. You could see the ribs protruding from the parent rock.
Oh, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the highlight video right now so I can tell you what to look for.
Nav. Can we move 100 meters, bearing 225?
Early on this expedition, there was a beaked whale. They suspect it was a beaked whale skull. Is that right, Emil?
Yeah. Yeah, also manganese encrusted.
And the manganese crust, does that mean that it was a fossil and not just a more recent?
Yeah, it means it was pretty ancient. Yeah.
Is that in the highlights folder yet?
The images are in the highlights folder for sure. They haven't made it up on our website yet. We are creating some photo albums that should be up early next week with some highlights from this expedition. Lu'u'ae Ahiki Ika Papaku is the name of our expedition. And we're getting those highlights up on both our YouTube channel and our website as quickly as we can.
I hope the red anglerfish makes it to highlights. He is a beauty.
Oh, yeah.
He deserves to be highlighted.
Chanacops.
Uh-huh.
Do you love him?
I love him. I love
Pretty
him.
pretty darn cute.
He
I wanna
was,
see
right?
his knees.
Even Dan loves him.
So is that your most exciting?
Look how cubic that is on the bottom right.
Oh, yeah, perfect. It looks like a brick.
Do we want this rock?
If we can get him, did you see him?
Oh yeah, I saw him.
He stands out.
We're
See how
all-
big he is.
We're all well trained.
I'd have to be blind not to have seen a rock that beautiful.
That is perfectly cute.
Really interesting sponge there as well.
Oh, yeah, sponge with crinoids on it right
And
next
I think
to
there's
us.
something else lower than the crinoids.
And are we giving that full beans? I'm
What a
just
beauty.
curious.
Yeah.
That it is an angular rock at its best.
Do we have lasers
Flat
on?
rock.
at all?
Yep.
Yeah. You know, at this depth, he'll probably be altered, but let's just give him a try, because if we have
Want
the
me to-
space, you could
want
see
me
if
to
you could
try and
crack
break
him.
it?
Yeah, see if you could crack him.
Careful of that sponge there, yo.
That looks like a Faraday sponge, the Aca erecta that we've seen, the macaroni.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's withstanding. Do we have room for it in a box, Sarah?
He might go in
think
E
so.
since it's thin.
Okay,
You'll have to move on unless you want to
Yeah, I
see
will.
the sponge there.
I'll move on.
Wherever
box
you
is
think-
not all the way out, Dan, but I'm
Roger,
going to
I'll-
keep
I'll
going.
deal with it.
Dan, if you think there's space in the two larger boxes, but definitely don't try to force it.
Roger.
And if not, just put it in one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, we did some work on the box last night to keep it from, so it would seal better.
It's
If you
pretty
have
big.
more fossil questions, Chris Kelly is coming on
Not
watch
happening.
in just over half an hour, and he is a fossil aficionado.
I don't think that's going to go in the smaller one either.
It's not going to fit in there, you don't think?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we'll just
What
have-
about the other big one?
Yeah, what about the
Slide
front?
it down the side. Forwardmost E.
Hold on, I got to come up on Argus a bit here. Yeah, just hold it in the mango. See if it will wedge in one of those. I don't think so. There's nothing in any of those, right?
No.
Sarah. All empty.
Huh.
Oh,
Like a glove.
Oh,
That's surprising. It went in D.
thank you.
D for done.
D for
Done with
Delta
that
Dan.
one.
Delta Dan.
Delta Dan does it again.
I didn't think that one was going to go.
Thank you. Is it able to close the
Ooh,
box?
Little sea star and that macaroni sponge again.
Okay, yep.
So viewer keeps hearing us talk about turtles and wants to know if there are turtles down at these depths. We did see some green sea turtles 2 Mondays ago when we left Honolulu, right off of right outside the port. We saw some green sea turtles swimming at the surface, but that is not something that we've seen since then, and I don't believe that they dive this deep. I could be wrong about that. Our watch is named for the turtle-like speed that the ROVs move along the seafloor. Dan was doing some unit conversions to different ways of measuring speed and came across a unit that was measuring in turtle foot speed.
And
So-
the turtle-like speed that tectonic changes occur on our lovely planet Earth.
That's right. Oh, here's a question I haven't seen before from a viewer.